Welcome to oh my god, I messed up the intro already. Welcome to Godly Energy Podcast, and this will be different from my regular videos since it's a podcast, which means it's live, and I'll just be rambling on different topics every week, and it's different from my usually scripted videos with actual good tips. So if you want to just randomly listen to my thoughts, then here it is, Godly Energy Podcast. Well, today's topic is I want to talk about the driving factors in self-improvement. Since self-improvement is a huge, how should I put this, huge thing in our lives, and the only way our lives can get better is to self-improve. We can't expect our lives to get better just by meeting other people. We have to self-improve. And I have a couple of friends who aren't the best at a couple of things, and they don't want to self-improve. Well, they want to self-improve, but they never found the motivation to do so, which I found quite weird since I have always been wanting to self-improve, and I always got the motivation to just work out, eat healthy, learn new stuff, but all my friends aren't able to do that, which is why I want to talk about the driving factor of self-improvement. And I think the main driving factor for self-improvement is just feeling at your lowest, like being at your lowest, knowing what it feels like to be at your lowest, how everyone's how everyone has rejected you, and that no one's there for you, and you have to self-improve no matter what. It's just that I think, for example, I have this one friend who's not good at social skills, not good with the girls, not good with communicating with anyone. And he wants to self-improve, but he just doesn't want to at the same time because it's hard work. It's just, I think that the only way for him to do so is to be at his lowest, get heartbroken, go out there and just have your life stomped and have life just stomp you and crush you until you feel at your lowest. And once you're at your lowest, I think that that's the only way that you can actually truly have the motivation to self-improve, since you realize how sucky it is to be at your lowest. Like how I self-improve, well, I used to be a really overweight kid and no one really talked to me. I had like really bad social skills. I had like really bad grades at school as well, and I wasn't doing anything well. I wasn't excelling in anything, and I was just some fat, overweight kid playing games all day on my computer. And there was this one time where I got rejected by a girl, and that was when I felt at my lowest, since I started realizing that, oh, did I hit something? I started realizing that I was at my lowest and there's no one there for me. And I started comparing myself to other people. Since I started to realize that I was just some average kid, I wasn't better than anyone else. And I wanted to be better than everyone else, but I was just average. I probably was below average. I couldn't even talk to a girl without stuttering or doing anything else that's weird. And I couldn't really socialize with friends. I had no friends. I was basically a loner who got D's in class and just plays Roblox all day. And I wanted to change that because I felt at my lowest. So I began to do my self-improvement journey where I started working out. I actually lost around 40 pounds of fat and gained back 20 or 30 pounds of muscle, which was I was extremely proud of that. And recently, I was at my highest where I felt like I was ruling the world, everything was going well, and then life hits me again. And I got my first ever how should I say this? The girl that I was seeing left me for another guy, which made me feel at my lowest. And life just crushed me and hit me back to the bottom where I felt at my lowest ever again, even lower than my first initial all-time low. And it just really got me thinking, how should I really improve myself? And I wanted to become better than others, but I was just average. I was just an average kid, not average kid. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm just an average dude, and I was just an average dude who was not excelling at anything. I didn't have any successful businesses. I didn't have any sort of good scholarships, or like I'm not playing in any sort of D1 basketball or D1 soccer. I wasn't doing anything special that puts me higher than an average person. And I really wanted to excel, which is why I started my business. I started doing a bunch of other things, and this is where Godly Energy actually came to be. I was at my lowest, and I wanted to help other people who was at their lowest as well to self-improve. Since when I was at my lowest, I didn't have much tips, and no one was really there to teach me how to self-improve, which is why I really think that which is why I really wanted to create this Godly Energy channel to just help people's lives, since I don't want anyone to ever go through that feeling of just being at their lowest and having your heart broken by someone who promised you everything, but they just left you instantly. But at the same time, you guys have to go out there and just get your heart broken, get your heart stomped. You have to get your life stomped to realize how it feels like to be at your lowest. So you have to have the motivation to self-improve. Just go out there. Don't be afraid to fail. The more you fail, the more motivation you get to self-improve, and you're going to come out like a better person. And recently, of course, I have TikTok. Everyone has TikTok. If you look on TikTok, there's been so much people who's getting their heart broken. Well, I think that quarantine's really a great time to just self-improve, since a bunch of people are getting their heart broken. And if you're one of them, then count yourself lucky. Since it's quarantine and no one's going to see you, you can easily just have an extreme glow up through quarantine, and everyone's going to be surprised at how you come out of quarantine. You got so much time to work since it's quarantine. Just work out, and just do what things you love and try to create a business out of it, or just start learning new skills, high income value skills like copywriting. What's another one? Copywriting, logo design, or something like that, or even like trading, and especially digital marketing. It's really just try to find something that you like and you want to do, and in the future that skill might become useful in the future. But back to where we're saying, you have to feel at an all-time low. I don't know how to express this, but you have to get your heart stomped to realize what it feels like to be at your lowest, so you can improve yourself, so you have to improve yourself so you can never feel that feeling ever again. You just have to get your heart broken, go out there and just let life crush you. And I just think that being at your lowest isn't necessarily a bad thing. Of course, there's some point where you just feel so low that you can't get up, but you just have to keep grinding and just self-improve. And as you can see, I'm not really good at live podcasts. This is actually my first ever live podcast I'm doing right now, and hoping that you guys will show out and show me some support and subscribe to Godly Energy, since I really do put a lot of effort into these videos to find tips and tricks for you to help self-improve, whether it's dating life, money, style, fashion, and overall just lifestyle. And I'm really hoping that you guys will take this advice to heart and use it along your self-improvement journey. Overall, I think that just being at an all-time low is just so important. I can't stress this enough. You have to feel what it feels like to be at your lowest, and just go out there and find a way to just not. I'm hoping that none of you guys will be at your lowest, but at the same time, it's a good thing if you want to self-improve. Well, this is Godly Energy, and this is my first ever podcast. I'm hoping that you guys will like this, since I'm not really good at live streams or any sort of thing that are live. And recently a guy actually invited me to do a live podcast talk with him, but I kind of denied because I'm not really good with this, and I thought that maybe this will be a way for me to practice my podcast skills and live skills so I can discuss more and talk more about just random things. And this is first episode of Godly Energy Podcast. Make sure to subscribe for other scripted videos that have way better tips. This is just a live stream. This is different from any other videos. So make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next time.